This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Green Bay Packers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go! The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line. 180! Nice, sweetheart! Jim! Run!
First carry for Nick Chubb. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 22-yard line.
180!
To throw, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield, rush coming, and he's taken down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
He's checking curve. Watch the twist. Alert. Hey, team 6. Hurry. Kings. Kill.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one good for 24 yards. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Tight dog. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Kill. Alert.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
Makes the score Browns 7, Packers nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set up, 50, plant. Check, check. Hey, pick it up, defense. Go. Let's go, fight.
On 1st down, Kidd, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now a give right side, Kidd. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw. Barry. He's going to look deep down the field. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and this is now a 1-point game. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Second and 8 at the 49-yard line.
These two teams all tied after one.
The score tied 7-7.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
61, matchbox lights.
They'll try to left side. Burks. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Hey, Haywood.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. 50 light.
Looking to throw. Barry under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Check 31, check 31.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Point it right, point it right, point it right.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
180. Hey, we're 33. Let's go. Double left.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
So how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10.
Check three.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Okay, ready? 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Coming this way. Here we go. Check. Fresno.
Get it.
From the gun, Barry. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Chubb with a first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A run for Nick Chubb, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
King. Protein spill. Real. Hurry.
Check. It's going to be a long day.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Ball going deep here for Taylor. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Check. 42's the mark.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have taken the lead. Seibert on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Browns 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. He gets this to Davante Adams. A big play there just before halftime. 69 yards. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Barry, and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. From 3 yards out, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. No problem there on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Mayfield, and he's going to go down again. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check. Point it right. Point it right. Point it right. Go. Let's go.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Intended for David Njoku. Brings up 4th down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now, standing just outside his own goal line. Harris now to return. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game will just start all over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing.
It's a foot race. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and through, and the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Mayfield on first down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. First down, Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it second down. Mayfield to throw it. Steps away to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Alert, alert, alert.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on second and goal.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
He's going to get it running right. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal.
Hurry, hurry. Bravo.
Let him know.
One touch.
Mayfield down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Let's go.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
180.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Alert 3.
Go. On the
They'll run on first down. Kidd. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Rock it. Look at me. Go.
Check safety.
6-6. Say go.
On first down, Burks. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Ready, set.
44. Mike, 44.
You must be dreaming. Snap.
Off play action. Barry. Going up top for Kupp. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 28. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Regular.
He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
44 Mike. Check.
Hey, wahoo. Hey, alert.
And the blitz does come. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Switch. Save.
Get it.
They'll run on first down. Kidd, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
2nd and 13. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo. Watch QB draw. 44's the Mike. 44's Mike. Check. Let's go.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Ready? 70, Indy.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Jim.
On first down, Burks. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have retaken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Browns take over first and 10
Let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Pick your game up.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A toss play to Chubb. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, dude.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. 47 yards.
He's cracked. He's checking crack.
Greystone travel.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Second and goal from the 1. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield keeping it himself from a yard out. And now they have taken a fourth quarter lead. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. It takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and 11. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Run.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Come on. Alert.
Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
Mike. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Get it.
Back to throw. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Squeeze. Bang.
Now a give, right side. Kidd. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
On the double. Hey. High 7. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. He's got Adams on the hookup. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Packers first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's first and 10. Off the play fake. Barry. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. The Browns drive about to get started, and they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Chubb on first down, no room to roam as he struggles just to get back to the line of scrimmage. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Browns, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.